Tonight on Playback TV, Sixers, Memphis Grizzlies. Playback.tv/runitbackphilly. Join us over there. We got 600 members. You should be the next one. Playback.tv/runitbackphilly. We're watching the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Philadelphia 76ers right here in the Run It Back Philly Watch Along studio. I'll see you there.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intro.
At the end of the day, the Sixers are going to go as far as Doc Rivers takes them in. That's going to be the Eastern Conference Finals. If they make the Eastern Conference Finals, do you think that's better or worse? Because I think that then gives them an excuse to keep Doc Rivers for another season, and then we're like, oh my God, I knew they could get there, but they didn't get past that because of these issues, and now you get another year of Doc.
I just want to get past the second round. Like, that would be a championship for me. I would be so happy to be one of the last four teams. Like, I just can't take another second round exit unless it's like against the Celtics and we take them to 7 games. But if it's the Bucks, I need them to beat the Bucks in the second round. I don't care if it's the Bucks, but Celtics, I'll give them a little pass if they're competitive. But just give me a conference finals, please.
I think I can take a second round exit. I think I can take a second round exit better than I can take an Eastern Conference Finals loss. Because I it's hard to, like I said, the team kind of has the same issues they had last year. They've added players. I think they're better than they were last year. But there's still a big question mark with the coach and with the bench and the backup center and that stuff. And I just don't see enough of a difference really for me to be very optimistic about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to cover a team and constantly be in conversations with your friends or who root for other teams or whatever. Be like, oh yeah, well they're not beating the Sixers this, the Sixers that. Like, I want to be like that, but I just don't really feel like that about this team right now. So I think I could handle another second round exit, because a second round exit to me would mean that something major is definitely going to happen, versus getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and losing, and they would be like, well, we made the Eastern Conference Finals. That's, baby steps, we a little bit of a better than the last time. So now that'll give Josh Harris a reason to keep Doc Rivers' contract going, because he doesn't want to buy him out.
See, the thing is, like, I've already accepted that this is probably going to fail. Like, I was making videos once we lost to the Spurs that we got to blow this up. We got to trade Embiid, beginning of the season, like that. Like, I've accepted that. Yeah, this probably is going to go one way, where Embiid's probably going to request out. And, it's not the worst situation, because the thing we're going to get back for Embiid is just going to be insane. Like,
all right, let's go there.
You saw the Kevin Durant package.
Wait, before you get into that, let's go there so I can make this a clip and put it as a separate video, because that's a
people are going to go crazy. They're
what are you
talking about trading Embiid?
But I'm just saying, it's, as a YouTuber, it's a serious clickbait topic. So let's make sure we get the clicks. All right. So we're going to start it like this. If the Sixers lose in the second round, do they blow it up completely and trade Joel Embiid? Yes or no?
Not blow it up completely. Like, I wouldn't trade Embiid unless he asked out. But I could definitely see him asking out. I think if we lose in the second round, like, a lot of people are saying the Harden rumors are false, but I think there's some substance to them. I just think Harden wants to get paid. And I don't know if Philly would pay him if we did lose in the second round. So if Harden walks, Embiid might get pissed off. He might ask out. But there's no way if we lose in the second round, I'm maxing James Harden at 34 years old. There's just no way I'm maxing James Harden. I don't care how he plays. If we lose in the second round, I'm not maxing him. No way. I think you can go a different direction, because Tobias Harris is definitely going to be traded for sure.
This is the last year of his contract, right?
No, next year is, but he's way more tradable when he's on an expiring deal. And I feel like he's played pretty decent in terms of the Tobias Harris standard, probably better than I expected, way better, honestly. But I don't know. I would probably fire Doc, And if Embiid requests out, then just rebuild. But the things you can get back for Embiid, like you saw the KD trade, like
Right.
the Suns' future is screwed. The Suns' future is screwed. They better win in the next 3 years because they gave up all their picks, and now you got Mikal Bridges and a bunch of young talent and things like
And
that. So it's not the end of the world.
Kevin Durant's 33, right?
Yeah.
And the Achilles in Golden State, and then meniscus sprain meniscus last year, sprained meniscus this year. He was the only one last year that was in the playoffs, I think, and almost led that team with the toe on the line thing. Or was that the year before? COVID makes me just not even remember what happened in what playoffs. But either way, Kevin Durant, when he's healthy, obviously you go all in with Kevin Durant. But with a guy that's 7 feet tall, 6'11", whatever, who plays like a guard, you start getting meniscus sprains and knee things and stuff. It does get scary when he's 33, 34 years old because, yeah, you're risking your entire future for a guy that, like, let's be serious, is Durant going to be at a superstar level at LeBron's age? Not many players are at a superstar level at 38. So you're basically saying we want to win in the next 3 years. And if we don't, we're asked out because we gave up all of our picks and all of our young players. So I agree with that. I think, I guess you're never going to voluntarily trade Embiid. I think because if it was somebody that was just basketball smart and there was no money involved in the decision. Oh, that was loud in my ear. I don't know what that was. Minecraft for Windows? What does that mean? Dude, something just blasted in my headphones. I don't know did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
All right, something just anyway. I don't even play Minecraft. I don't know. Now where was I? Yeah. If it was just somebody that really knows basketball and wants what's best for a basketball team, there was no money involved, I think you would trade Embiid if they lose in the second round this season because you can get a boatload for him, but you're going to get more of a boatload for him at 29 than 31. And especially 7 feet tall, 275 pounds, people start to get weary about a guy that size. Could he be the next like DeMarcus Cousins, who one major injury and he's cooked? So I think you would do that. But I think as a basketball team owner and a GM, you're never going to do that because especially the owner's never going to do that because Joel Embiid has made him a fortune and he's literally just going to hold on to Joel Embiid and continue to make as much of a fortune as he can out of Joel Embiid until it's time to go. That's not a basketball decision whatsoever. That's just a business decision. So, I don't think a basketball team business-wise would ever trade Joel Embiid. Whatever he wants. If it doesn't work this year and he's mad about it, you say, all right, Joel, we got rid of Doc. We got whatever you want to do. We'll start going LeBron James on you, bro. You want a whole new team at the trade deadline? We got you. Whatever you want. We'll fire the coach for you. You turn him into basically halfway the player / GM because he's done 9 years for the organization at that point, and it's time to give him, everything to try to make him want to stay there. And if he would request a trade, that's where you would go. But I think as a basketball team and an owner, as a business decision, you would never trade Joel Embiid. If he requests a trade, that's different. And I could also see it happening if they lose in the second round again. I could see Joel saying like, this ain't, I played 5 years with Ben Simmons. And he's such a humble dude, and he's tried to play with Ben. He never even like spoke out about it. Kyrie Irving yelled at the guy 2 weeks in. Joel went 5 years
until the Hawks debacle.
He went 5 years and never once yelled, shoot the fucking ball on the court. And Kyrie Irving in 2 weeks, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. He screamed it on like ESPN, shoot the fucking ball. You would owe it to Joel Embiid. And I wouldn't be surprised if he would say, look, I'm 29. I'm going to go to Miami, or I'm going to go to LA, or I'm going to do whatever else. And I don't know if he would do that. He's not like a kind of spotlight, kind of celebrity kind of guy, but you never know. The James Harden thing, do you max him? Like, is it who would anybody max him at 33 years old? Is that a thing?
Rockets. The Rockets want him badly for some odd reason.
Well, then you're right. Then that is where that comes from. So people that are like, he's not going to the Rockets because they suck and he's not going to win anything. But if that's the only franchise that's offering him a 5-year max contract, is that what it would be? 5 years?
It's something crazy.
I think a supermax is 5. Maybe it's 4. I don't know. Either way, if the Rockets are if James Harden's like, listen, I'm 33. I did everything I could possibly do in this league. Yeah, I didn't win a ring, but the Rockets are offering me $230 million to end my career. I mean, who's not? I mean, yeah, he probably would do that. He probably would. So you might be right about that.
Would you max Harden if it kept Embiid happy?
I can't do 5 years on James Harden at 33 years old. I can't do that. I can't do that. James Harden hasn't shown you. Again, I compare anytime you talk about a player being 38, I go to LeBron James. James Harden has not shown you throughout his career that he's dedicated enough to his level of physical just fitness to give him 5 years. He hasn't shown that. And people hate when I say things like that, but look what he did to get out of Houston. The guy legitimately gained 25 pounds in the offseason and showed up fat, bro. Who does that? He showed up overweight to get traded. He was like, fine, I'll come, but I was eating chicken wings all summer. I didn't do a damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, you can't give a guy 5 years and you don't know how he's going to feel in 2 years. And then he shows up 25 pounds overweight because he hates the organization and wants to leave or whatever. I don't know. I can't do that. I can't do 5 years.
The only way I would max him is if, of course, we win the title. Now, if we win the title, he can get whatever he wants. I'm cool. We're good.
I think he's shown this season, this offseason, that he was definitely dedicated this offseason. He came in great shape. The first time in a couple years he's been in that shape because of the hamstring and stuff. He put in a lot of work this offseason. It's just hard for me to take one season and erase kind of the other things that I've seen throughout his career that where he showed that he wasn't necessarily dedicated to the team. But yeah, if you win or you get close and he's gonna keep up that level of all season work and stuff and dedication, but I don't know, man. I don't think I can do 5 years. I don't think so. If the Rockets are offering 5, I can't do 5. I can't match it.
Kay in the comments had a great point. She or he is bringing up Chris Paul, and Chris Paul's like, in my opinion, Chris Paul is going to be a liability for the Suns past the second round. So, like, I feel like that's what it would look like if the Sixers were to max James Harden 3 years down the road. It would definitely handicap us for sure. Now, let me ask you this. What if the Sixers go to the finals, take the team to 6 or 7, highly competitive series, and Harden, he played well throughout the playoffs. I mean, if I'm in his shoes, I'm looking at the Sixers and I'm like, I got you to the title. I bought into my role. You better give me my money. And you're my guy, Maury. Like, do you max him then? You got to the finals, competitive series?
Yeah, I think the answer is yes. I think maxing a guy, you're not really looking at the last 2 years. If you feel like he can win a championship in the next couple, then if you have to buy him out the last year of his contract, that if you're in the tank, then if 5 years from now you traded Embiid and all this stuff, and you got to buy out Harden at $45 million, whatever it would be, it would be something crazy. But yeah, you would do that, and then that would also show you or make you think that he's ready to come back the next year and the next 2 or 3 years and try again. I think going that far tells you also that that player knows that he can get there again. So then, you would feel like that he's more motivated to try again next year and the year after that. So I guess you would have to. It's at the end of the day, you're trying to win, and there's bullets you got to bite as GMs and things like that, and you got to pay players.